Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So in this session, we are going to understand the difference between execute SQL task, okay, and execute process task and execute package task. So these are three control for task, and it the name is little bit similar, but that is why we are going to understand the difference between it. So first is SQL execute SQL task. So execute SQL task it is basically used to uh, what do you call SQL? It is basically used to execute the TDL statement, SQL statement. Okay, execute package is basically used to execute the another package. Okay, so as of now we are in package 3, and if we wanted to execute some other package inside of it, then we can use the execute package task. Then we have a execute process task. So execute process task is basically used to execute some sort of external application through with the help of SSIS package. Okay, suppose if you wanted to open, you have some console application, okay, dot some application.exe console application, and you wanted to call that console application with the help of process task. So you can use the process task to execute that console file. If you have some notepad file, you can open the notepad file. If you have some batch file, okay, that batch file you can call with the help of process task. So let me take one task, each task one by one. So let me configure this process task. So in process task editor, if you see, there are three options here: process, journal, and expressions. So here this is the main important, like executable. So this is the path where you have to provide your executable, that means external application. And if you wanted to give some sort of parameters, if you need to provide some sort of parameters or argument into it, so this is the location argument you need to provide. Okay, let's say I wanted to open the notepad file. So how we can notepad, all the notepad file, all this kind of application will be stored in your system 32 directory. Okay, so let me open the command prompt. So for command prompt, what is the path of command prompt? CMD. Let's try to open the command prompt. So this is the command prompt here. So if, let's see, if I wanted to open the command prompt, and with the help of command prompt I wanted to open the notepad file. So this is the path. Okay, C Windows system 32, and with the help of system 32 I wanted to open notepad file. So as simple as that. So it's just as exe file I wanted to open with the help of process task. So I don't want to provide any argument in this example. So to make it simple, so this way you can create, you can provide the path of your external application and you can execute it. So as I have only one task here, so instead of executing the entire package from this, there is an option. You can select the task here and execute task. Okay, so by this manner we can also, if you have a package use, if your package is having only one task, then you can right click that task and execute that particular task, okay, instead of executing the whole package. So if you see here, so it is executing and this notepad file has been opened. Okay, so this is very interesting. If so, this is very important feature and very interesting feature. If you wanted to, let's suppose that you have configured anything in your the error message, or you have send out a mail. Okay, if you wanted to send out a mail to your support team in the script or in console application, the code is written in console application. So what you can do, you can call that console application and it will trigger the it will send out a mail to your support team. So basically in that scenario you can use it. Now second example I'll tell you. I have one batch file, I wanted to call this batch file. Okay, sample batch file, let me open and I'll show you what exactly we have in this batch file. So there is nothing, it is only, it will generate, it will write only the welcome to SQL training session. So it's kind of echo is in batch file is kind of a printf message. Okay, okay, so this is my batch file and I wanted to call this batch file, okay, with the help of execute process task. So let me go here, double click my process, and instead of notepad, let me delete this. You can either provide the location here, or you have exercise expressions as well. You can give the exercise expressions as well. To give the for exercise expression, this is the location. Okay, this is the from way. Here you can select exercise expression. You can, like, you can create one property, you can create one variable, and you can provide like executable. You can create one variable with the name of executable, and then you can give the path of that variable as an expression. And this way also you can put, if your executable will change at the runtime, or when you deploy the package in your different environment, so the location could be changed, so that in that scenario you can put your executable in with the help of expression. So what I'm going to do, I need to call this batch file, okay, which exists in my E drive. Okay, let me recheck again. Okay, it is in E drive sample batch. So this is E drive, and this is sample batch. Batch file will be having a .bat extension. So click on OK. Now right click on this package, this task, and click on execute batch, execute task. Okay, so if you see here, see, so what it does, it actually call this this batch file. Okay, and we got this message, welcome to SQL training session. Okay, so this way you can use the execute process task. Okay, I need to press enter. That is why it got failed, because I have crossed that task. That is why it says that it got failed. So let me execute it again to show you. So what it is asking, press any key to continue. So I need to press any key on my system to make it successful. I have what I had did, I crossed that command prompt, so due to which it got failed. Okay, it gives me error. So this way you can use the execute process task. So let me delete this, and let me drag and drop execute process task. That is the second task. So what we need to do, let me choose one task here. So let's see, I have this package. Okay, checkpoint package. So I wanted to call this package, uh, let it open. Just wait for a couple of seconds. So what it is, this will do, so this checkpoint package will load the employee data, load the book details, and then update the task. So we have total 3 tasks in the control flow panel in the checkpoint package, and I wanted to call this package, okay, with the help of this package, execute package task. So what I'm going to do, double click on this, and here you need to provide the package name from the project reference. So ideally, when you click on it, it will give all the packages what you have created in the same solution. Okay, here I have select this checkpoint.dtsx. I wanted this package to be executed, and if you have any parameters, then you can add the parameters as well, and if you can build the expressions as well. So I'll make it simple. I've just given a name of the package here. So the reference type is project itself. Okay, so if you have an external reference, that means if you have another project location, then you can choose this location. Okay, and when you select this location, then you need to provide the connection, and then you need to provide the package name from the external source. So as of now, I have this package inside of my project also only, so I'll choose the project reference here. So click on OK. So this is done. Right click here, right click on this task, and execute the task. So what it is going to do, it will it will execute this checkpoint DTSX package internally. So you see here, so I have executed this package 3DTX. I have not executed package checkpoint package, but because I have called this package internally, so what it went to that location and it execute that particular package. So with the help of this, if you have any requirement kind of that you have a some you have small packages for some sort of area of domains, and and then you created a very big package, and there you wanted to, for each of the domain, you wanted to execute some particular package. So in that case, you can use the execute package task. Okay, so let me delete it. And the third task is nothing but a execute SQL task. So this is very simple task and it is most often used as well. So here if you wanted to double click here, and this is the, so this task is basically used to execute the tsql statement in the SQL server. So basically if you see, and it will give the result set also. If you see here, we have a null result set. So if your query, or if you execute this, you can execute this store procedure also. You can call the store procedure with the help of, and if your store procedure is giving any record, okay, any data back, output, so you can use the single row. Okay, so if you have a single row, if you wanted to if your store procedure is returning a table structure, okay, so that, in that case you need to save that, or you need to if your package is sorry, as a store procedure is returning some sort of table structure data, then you need some container to store that, right? For that you can say you can select the full result set. Okay, and if you have any update statement or delete statement, or select update or delete statement, then the result set would be null, because we are not getting any result out of it. Okay, so, and connection you have to establish. So connection type is OLEDB, and you have to build the connection string. Okay, so I have already a connection string which is connected with a sample db. So this is fine, and this is the, see, SQL server source type, direct input, file connection, or variable. So these are the three options available. So direct input, like if you wanted to give the query directly, so that is the direct input. If you have the your query in some sort of file, in your file, your query is written in some sort of file, then you place the file, you can choose the file connection and give the reference of that file. Okay, and if your query is written in some sort of variable, then you choose the variable here. But our source type of SQL query is direct input, because we are going to write a query directly here. So SQL statement, this is the dialog box where you wanted, you need to write the table. So let me uh, will do one thing. Let's see what we have in this table. Employee data, do we have record in this table? Let me execute here. Connect SQL server. Okay, it is connected, and now it is executing the query invalid object data, which is fine because I need to select the database here. Execute. Oh, we have 12 rows here. So what I'm going to do, with the help of execute SQL execute SQL task, I'm going to truncate this table. As simple as that. Okay, truncate table. So let me copy this statement here and paste it over here, and that's it. So what I have done, I have set the connection string, I have set my source type as a direct input, and this is the SQL statement. Click on OK and right click here and execute task. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. So it got executed here. So let's test it whether it got. Here you see, okay, all the record will be truncated, so there is no record in this table left. Okay, so this way you can use this three task in this control flow. Okay, I hope you guys like the video. Thank you and have a nice day.